What is dimensional analysis? Dimensional analysis is using conversion factors to convert from one unit of measurement to another. Okay, so what does that mean and where do we start? I'm going to start with a basic problem. How many seconds are in 2 days? Where do we go from here? First, you're going to look at the problem and pick out what the information you know, the numerical value. So in this problem, you can see the only given information that we know, numerical value-wise, is 2 days. So we're going to start by writing down 2 days. Now, in dimensional analysis, you set it up in almost a fraction. So I'm going to put that over 1. Now you're going to see in a minute why I set it up in fractions. So where do we go from here? This is where conversion factors come into play. You can see as I've written down here all the conversion factors that are going to be needed to figure out this problem. Conversion factors are just looking at one unit and its equivalence of it to another unit. So 1 day equals 24 hours. 1 hour is 60 minutes, and 1 minute equals 60 seconds. This is information that we all know, but I wanted you to see this is what I mean by conversion factors. So, where do we go from here? We have 2 days. Now, when you're working with these fractions, you're going to want to cancel out units as you go, because you're in days and you want to get to seconds, remember. So to cancel out days, in this numerator, you're going to want to have it in the denominator here. Remember that. To cancel out units, you have to have 1 on top, 1 on bottom. So think back to your conversion factors here. I can't just skip days to seconds. I have to see how I do it here. So you have days here. What are we going to put on top? Well, look back, you can put 24 hours. Hours. How many hours are in a day? 1 to 24. 1 day is 24 hours. Now, why did I write it like that? Remember, we need these units to cancel. We need days to cancel because we want to get to seconds. So if one's on top, one's on bottom, they cancel. So now we're left with hours. Okay, hours, look over here. 1 hour is 60 minutes, but we're going to want to set up another fraction, and we're going to want hours to be on bottom because we want them to cancel. So hours are going to cancel. What numbers are we going to put there? Look at your conversion factors. An hour is equal to what? Equal to 60 minutes. So our hours canceled, now I'm left with minutes. Well, we still need to get to seconds here. So we're going to have to set up another fraction with minutes on the bottom so we can cancel out minutes. So how do we get from minutes to seconds? We're going to see here in the conversion factor, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. That's what we want to get to, seconds. So 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Okay, so everything canceled. You're going to want to make sure you are only left with 1 unit. My days canceled, my hours canceled, my minutes canceled. We're left with seconds. That's what we're getting to. That's a good sign. That's what we want to see. So, what you will do now is you will multiply all of the numerators. 2 times 24 times 60 times 60 equals, then you will hit divide by all of your denominators. 1, 1, 1, 1. So divide by 1. That answer, 172,800 seconds, because that is the only unit left. Days canceled, hours canceled, minutes canceled. That is our answer. That's what we're getting for. Let's go on to another problem. If you have 30 centimeters of ribbon, how many inches is the ribbon? Again, look at your problem and look for any of the information that you already know, the numerical value. Okay, so I see 30 centimeters. We're going to write that down. And remember, you're going to write it over 1 to begin with. Well, what do I want to get to again? I want to get to inches. How many inches is the ribbon? I want to go to inches. We're in centimeters, so we have to set up another fraction. So for centimeters to cancel here, centimeters we know has to be in the bottom. Remember? So they cancel out. I wrote down this conversion factor for you over here. Sometimes this is a conversion factor that's given to you, or sometimes, to be honest, you just have to memorize it. 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. That's our conversion factor. So I have centimeters here because those had to cancel. So you write down 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. Well, what unit did we want to get to? How many inches? Okay, well, centimeters canceled. We're left with inches. Great. We're left with that. So we multiply. 30 times 1 equals 30. Divided by 2.54 in our denominator. That gives us 11.81102. Blah, blah, blah. But we're going to want to round to only 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places, because that's what we have here. And there are rounding rules which you will learn later. But for now, just know we're going to stick with 2 decimal places. So what is our unit here? We canceled out centimeters, we're left with inches. That's what we wanted to get to. Great, that is our answer. Now, I guess my main points that I want to stress to you, when you are setting up your fractions, you want to make sure, as in both problems, to cancel out each unit. If it's day on top, you gotta have day on bottom so they cancel. Hour to hour, cancel. 60 minutes to minutes, cancel. So to cancel them out, again, I can't stress enough, you have to have a unit in the numerator and on the denominator to cancel. And make sure you are only left at the end of the problem with the unit that they are asking. They want inches. Make sure inches is the only thing you are left with. And that will assure you that you have come up with the right answer. That's about it. This is the basic steps of dimensional analysis. So good luck.